10 on Your Side continues our look at the opioid crisis and how a local mother has turned her grief into a mission to help others. Carolyn Weems lost her daughter to heroin.
And now she wants other parents to benefit from what she's learned. Investigative reporter Chris Horn has some of the advice that she wants people to know. Chris?
Think your child couldn't possibly get hooked on pain pills or heroin? So did Carolyn Weems of Virginia Beach. She says parents need to open their eyes and prepare their kids for the power and the prevalence of these highly addictive drugs. Carolyn Weems and her husband raised 5 kids. Only one became addicted to opioids. If she had to do it all over again, she'd take one more step with each and every one of them.
We did the sex talk, we did the drug talk. I didn't have the prescription drug heroin talk, and you've got to have that talk now.
Weems wants to keep other parents from sharing her fate. Her daughter Caitlin died 4 years ago. She started with prescription pain relievers, first for back pain, then more for a soccer injury in high school, and then a switch to heroin. Not long after Caitlin's death, Weems began speaking with addicts. She told them how she couldn't come to grips with her daughter's death.
I can't get my head around that my daughter would stick a needle in her arm.
Then she heard their stories of addiction, and it snapped her into the reality that is fueling the opioid crisis.
One little girl, 19-year-old girl, might hear on the couch said, I could call and have heroin in your mailbox in 20 minutes. I could get it in any school in Virginia Beach, Norfolk, anywhere. It's that easy.
Weems warns opioids will transform your child into someone you won't recognize. She says when Caitlin was growing up, she was honest to a fault. Once she was addicted, Caitlin began to lie about virtually everything.
If you have an addict living in your house, they are lying almost 100% of the time that their mouth is open.
So if they're talking, they're lying.
Yeah.
Weems experienced the stigma that surrounds addiction and how it can be a roadblock to getting help. When she tells people about the first half of Caitlin's story, when she was using prescription pills, people are sympathetic. That changes when they hear about Caitlin's transition to heroin.
Once you cross that and say, then she went to heroin, it's all of a sudden, oh my gosh, what kind of parents were y'all? Did you not, what kind of person was she?
Weems is quick to point out Caitlin's struggle with drugs began with painkillers prescribed by her family doctor. She says parents can never ask too many questions when a doctor calls for any addictive drug.
And in all this, we were not told once by any doctor that these were addictive. Not once.
If your child does get hooked on opioids, prepare for a whiplash of highs and lows and for an impact you can never predict.
The beast of heroin is it'll kill you the first time you use it, or the 10th year. I mean, it's like playing Russian roulette. And that's the thing I had no understanding of.
Before her death, Caitlin was willing to get clean, but the addiction was too powerful.
And then she had a relapse when her daughter was a few months old.
That's right. Did you catch that last soundbite? Not long before she died, Caitlin had a child of her own. There's so much more to tell about her short but turbulent life. And tonight at 11, we look at how opioids turned a popular athletic child into a mother struggling with an addiction she could not overcome. If you're a parent trying to keep your child away from opioids, we have a list of resources for you on wavy.com. Chris Horn, 10 on Your Side.